Hey guys, what's happening? It's Josh
And Heather.
from the Molten Meeple, and tonight we're going to be playing Lord of the Rings: Journeys in Middle Earth because that's what you picked. And we're also going to be giving away a copy of Mechanisms by Daniel Zayas and Derek Funkhauser at the end. For a chance to win that, all you need to do is be here and comment. So if you're here, that's half the battle already. And as of right now, you cannot buy this game anywhere. So if you did not get in on the Game Crafter buy thing, crowdfundy stuff, then this is the only place you can get it right now. Unless somebody just gives it to you. But they're not going to do that.
We are.
But we are. Yeah. I meant somebody else.
We're nobody.
I bought two just because I like those guys so much. And there's two of them, so. All right, so we're going to go through a little bit of how to play this real quick. The app is going to help us set up most of the stuff. I can't really go down to the board because until we get into the app, there's no board there. But I will show you. I'm going to be playing Aragorn. There's my Aragorn card. Anyway, you have 5 stats. There's might, wisdom, agility, spirit, and wit, and everybody has a good amount. And then there's a little background on the back, a little story, and then it has your suggested start, which that's what we've done for now. We've kept the rolls for the suggested ones just since we're doing the beginning, and so I'm going to be a captain, and you are.
You're Bard.
Yeah, but it's not called Bard. It's on the back. The musician. Same thing. Same diff.
I'm a Bard.
But we're going to keep those roles. As you play through the campaign, you are allowed to change roles. You're supposed to keep the same character. But like Aragorn, I don't always have to be the captain. I can be the hunter sometime if I want. Chris said he's here to win. If Chris wins, it makes it a whole lot easier on me because I can just take it to work and give it to you. But anyway, so the main way you're going to do these challenges is you have a little starter deck of cards, and everybody has a basic set that are all the same, and then you have I think it's 3 cards from your character, and then let me make sure.
I thought there was more.
Let's see, there's 6 basic, 5 cards for your character, and 3 cards for your role. So those are going to go into your little deck here. And then when you try to, when we have challenges or fights, whatever it is, you're going to flip these cards over, and you can see up here in the corner, you can't really see it because it's not focusing. But up there in the corner, it has either a pass, or if there's nothing there, it's a fail. And if you have these little leaves right there, then you can turn those into passes if you have the inspiration to do it. And you gain inspiration by doing other things. There are wounds you can take here for regular wounds, and there's fear. And each character has a fear and a damage level. You can take up to 6 fear and 4 damage, and mine's 5 and 5. And when you hit those, you can try to do a last stand, which is trying one more thing to pass to not die. I think they call it falling in this, but you don't want to. Or no, that was the other game we were playing. You just die here. But anyway, we're going to get to it because this might take a little bit for setup. So I'm going to go over to the app now, and we'll talk through that.
And I'm playing Elena, which is one of the made-up characters that Fantasy Flight made. As we found out during the Hobbit movies, Tolkien had a problem with putting female characters in his books, so she's one of those token females.
Zach said, does the inspiration carry over to the next campaign? I don't think so, but that is all taken care of in the app, so... Or no, because it doesn't know how much inspiration you have. So yeah, I don't think it carries over. But in our group where we played with 4 players, we actually didn't
I don't think I had much inspiration after.
we didn't pass. I don't know. We didn't really fail because it lets us go on to the next one. It's just instead of going on with an advantage, we move on to the next fight with a disadvantage. So that was pretty cool. But we'll see how we do tonight. We don't have Gimli just
doing Gimli things.
doing Gimli things. Our Gimli in our group is Gimli. He just wanted to go over in the corner and just swing his axe and kill as many people as he could.
He killed a lot of them, but he also fell a lot.
Yeah. So we'll go over here. We're going to go to the app and see how this works and try to get it set up. So this is what the app looks like. Let me know if the music on that is too loud or the background noise, and we can turn that down if we have to. But I'm going to go in now and start getting it up. We're going to set up a new game. And it brings you here. Right now there's only one campaign. I'm sure as Fantasy Flight does, they will, have lots of campaigns and lots of campaigns and extra stuff to buy, but I don't know. I like this game so far, so. But it says, ancient kingdoms once spanned the realm of Arnor, kingdoms that now lay in ruin. The free people who still inhabit these lands are scattered, simple, and few. Beyond their poorly patrolled borders, an unknown darkness gathers, and only a small band of ostracized rangers has taken notice of the threat. Halbarad, captain of the Northern Watch, requests your aid. A shadow is within the borders. Forces gather outside the rangers' reach, and tales of unquieted dead begin to circulate anew. So, we're going to go in here and go to difficulty. We're going to go to normal because this game is hard. And then pop up our save slot here. Select our heroes, which we already have. It's Elena and Aragorn. And then our starting items are the stuff we already have, because we've done this before. And then party name. I'm just going to put MM for Molten Meeple. And now we begin. So it's going to read us a little story here. Oh yeah, you can't hear this, can you?
The shadows grow, though few take notice.
The guy's reading
The
it right
vigilant,
now.
aware.
We can't hear it, but
we can
anyway,
feel it, but it is
I'll
a
let him do
darkness
his
that
thing
rises
for a minute.
slowly.
See what this is.
It dwells among
AJ's
us,
here. Hey,
masked
AJ, thanks for
and
stopping.
unobtrusive. One must be paranoid to know it's there, to
Oh, yeah,
notice,
we're not
hunt it, and root it out. In recent months, a rash of thefts have swept through Eriador, from the white towers of Emin Beriad to the old ruins of Weathertop. Not 2 weeks past,
Huh?
many of the older treasures of the Shire's
We are
Matham House
behind. I
disappear
know, but we're behind.
into the
so.
night.
If you
Significance of
haven't
these
read it all,
thefts may seem small,
he tells you the story.
but I sense the
You'll
shadows
figure that out when
in
you
their
play. We're going to go ahead and embark.
I fear a sinister.
It may have finished by now. Our delay. So, we got chapter 1 here, and we're going to continue. And it says, the theft of the Matham House is the talk of the Shire, for seldom do the Shire folk play a role in a larger world, and so these events seem small as a hobbit. But one small fellowship has gathered together to seek out these brigands. So now we'll continue. And you are playing the musician, and I am playing the captain. And we can embark. So this is going to get our randomized map started out, and each game you're going to have kind of the same objectives when you start out your campaign, but you're going to have different side quests and stuff that come up, so where you go after, pretty much this first setup is all different. It says, somewhere amid this maze of darkness, dark thickets and steep gullies, the band of thieves now hides. Your direction is informed by a set of tracks from 2 days ago, and you can only guess the location of the thieves' lair. So we need to get our maps here. I have these set out in order to hopefully make this a little quicker. So what do we got? 302?
02A.
302A is set out. And then if you cannot locate the end of the hideout by dark. Generally, place the 2 heroes as indicated. So that's where we put our dudes, and scout 2, and we'll show you what scouting 2 is here in a second. We're going to go ahead and get the rest of this set up before we do our scouting. Place a search token. We need 100 A. That should be that. So this needs to go like that a little bit. Hey Ben, how's it going? Continue. We need a person there. And it says, in the distance, a group of ragtag individuals close the doors of a stone tomb. Could this be your quarry? The thieves you are looking for. Place person token. Then we need 205. How do these get up here?
You sat there.
These always start out 205. Flip it over to A. And that goes up top, straight across. Up top. Alright. You guys can't see this, but we're doing great work here. 201B. So that one. And that goes up there. We may have to move this map down a little bit. Yeah, the maps are crazy. They're different depending on the people, and they're also, I mean, you're getting randomly generated every time. So we're going to put our tokens out. Pausing to tighten your boots and adjust the weight of your gear. You take a breath before continuing on. All right, so let's go ahead and do our scout first. We'll come back out, and then we'll go back to this. Let me bring this in, and we'll go here. All right, so here's our map. Got a little bit of glare there, but so we have our search token here, our person token here, and our explorations over here. Our dudes are right here. And we're going to scout. Now to scout, you take your little deck, and it said scout 2. So you're going to draw 2 cards. And then you get to look at those 2 cards and pick one of them to go on the bottom of your player card to prep. And what that means is if you look at the, I guess I can go up to this one, maybe. So at the top you have your, this is a success. And then you'll have some stuff down at the bottom. When you prep it, you get to use the stuff down at the bottom. When it's in your deck and you're trying to succeed or fail something, you're just looking at the top corner. You don't worry about any of the words at the bottom. So I'm going to take this guy here and put him down, which is at the start of your turn, you may discard this skill for you and a nearby hero to scout 2, just because I know this is a success. So I'm going to put it, your other card that you scout. Oh wait, we actually get to scout one more.
Oh,
Forgot about that because I'm Aragorn. I'm going to put this one on the bottom. The cards that you don't select when you scout, you get to put either on the top or the bottom of the deck, wherever you want. So since I know this is a success, I'm going to put it at the top just so I have at least one success in whatever I'm doing here.
I'm just trying to get my player board up there so you can see what we're doing down there.
Sorry. All right, so now that we've scouted, we'll pop back over here to the app, and it says, pausing to tighten your boots and adjust the weight of your gear, you take a breath before continuing on. Each hero tests spirit. Each hero who passes gains 1 inspiration. So we're testing spirit for 1. My spirit's 2. Now even if you draw your first card and you succeed, you still have to draw as many as, you know, whatever your stat is. So since my spirit stat's 2, testing spirit, I get to draw 2 cards, and I do have that 1 success and the other one is a failure. So I pass, so I gain 1 inspiration. So I'll get to use that for one of those other ones that we saw. Did you pass?
Yeah, I got 2 for
Oh, you still only get 1 thing. Oh, you have a lot of spirit, don't you? Alright, so we got our inspiration there, and now we have to try to confront the thieves. That's our objective. Now we do our action phase. So during the action phase, let me get back out here. All right. So during the action phase, you get to take. Is it two? Two.
Yes.
Two actions. You get to take two. Each person gets to take two actions. You can choose whatever order you want to go in. So there's no like initiative or anything. If you get out and it can change anytime. So if you get out to where somebody's going to need to go before you, then you can change it. Your movement, as you can see out here, every one of these little lines counts as one movement. So every line you cross is a movement. So your actions are move, which is you get to move 3 spaces. And you can stop in the middle of your movement, do another action, and then complete your movement. So if I'm here, I got move 3. I can move here. I can interact with this search token, and then I can move back out here and explore this if I want to. Or come over here, and I wouldn't be able to interact with those, but I could finish my turn there and then interact with them next time. But your 3 things you can do is move. You can interact with a token. And what was the third one?
Rest.
No, rest is on the cards.
Oh, rest is on the cards. That's right.
What was the third one? I put the thingies over here. Would have been nice if I remembered that. I think they're in there, actually. Are they in there?
No. Nope.
Maybe I did put them over here.
We're
Oh, I put them right here so they would be easy to grab.
We're professionals.
Yeah, I'm real good at this. I just don't remember what the third thing was.
Oh, it is. Let's see. 2 movement.
Is it 2 movement?
He's right.
So yeah, here's you can travel, attack, or interact. Attack, duh. We don't have anything to attack right now, so I couldn't remember. So yeah, you can travel, attack, or interact. And travel is, you can move twice. I guess it is twice. So I can move here, I can interact with that, and then I can move back if I want to. So, and then attack, of course. There's no monsters out here right now, so we're not going to be attacking this turn, hopefully. But you can do the same action twice, or you can do any combination of them that you want. So I think, do you want to go over here and check this thing out?
Sure.
Hi, guys.
So I'm going to go over here first, and then I'm going to interact with these people. So I need to go back to the app here, and then we will come over here and click on these people, and it will tell us what we got. You note the garb mimics that of Breedlanders, but their accents are varied. These are not merely local riffraff. You pause and consider what's your best approach. Well met, friends, sneak up and eavesdrop, or step away from the tomb or else. Let's see, I have a lot of wisdom. So I don't want to sneak up and eavesdrop. I don't have the agility. Step away from the tomb. I've got 3 might. I think I'm going to go with well met, friends, and try to talk my way out of this. The group turns on you, weapons and stolen goods in hand. As you suspected, these are the thieves you seek. Hey, that didn't take long. And they are ready to slay you where you stand. That's not good, though. Gain 1 inspiration, then discard this person token. I think it's going to be worse than just, hey.
What up, guys?
So, now we're going to drop some dudes on the board. Your enemy shows no sign of mercy nor any inclination that they will accept the same in return. With malice in their eyes, they raise their weapons, ready to defend what they have stolen. Place 2 ruffians as indicated. So we're going to drop 2 ruffians on the board. Objective updated. Defeat the ruffians. So the bad news is I've already used my 2 actions, so I can't fight them. So I'm going to finish my movement. I guess pop back out here. Well, I'm just going to stay here. I'm going to finish my movement to move over into this area here. That way I don't have to flip back and forth between them. So I'm going to move over here, and as soon as you move into one of these areas with an exploration token, you explore it. That doesn't count as an action, so I can go ahead and flip this over. And wind brushes over the grass, making the wood of an old gibbet creak ominously. Discard the exploration token and gain 1 inspiration. They always tell you that, but if you just flip the tokens over, it's inspiration on the other side. So, And there is a limit to the inspiration you can have. That's on your player card. I can have 4. You can
5.
you get 5.
5.
So then we continue, and we have a chest made of stout wood with iron fastenings, apparently locked tight. Place a search token, so we'll pop that in there. Continue, and your journey continues. So that's pretty much, hey, you get to go on. So we'll pop back out here and let you take your turn.
Great.
There's those dudes there you could kill if you want. You don't have much might, though, do you?
No, I don't. I have 2.
What weapon do you have?
A dagger.
That means...
I want them to come to me anyways because I have something prepared for them.
Hey, Jazz. Hey, James. Thanks for stopping in.
I think
Remember to comment so you have your chance to win that copy of Mechanisms.
I bet James is all about that.
It'd be hard for James to get a copy, I bet.
I think I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to search.
All right, so we're going to pop back over to the app and search this. You examine the chest and its lock. Test wit.
And my wit is 3. So we got pass, maybe, and a misfortune. So I'm going to use my inspiration to change this to a pass.
All right, so let's pop back over here real quick, just so they can see that.
But you don't want that game? I don't blame you. I heard it's horrible.
So she flipped over her pass and one of the ones with the inspiration on it, and she's going to spend her inspiration to make it. Yeah, there's the inspiration tokens. She's going to spend that inspiration token to make it an extra pass.
Just from prior experience.
So we're going to get 2 passes on that, and then we confirm. It says you make some progress towards opening the chest, but it remains locked for now. Dang it.
Alright.
So that's it.
I'm going to stay in the same area as you. I'm
Alright.
not going to move.
So that ends our movements. So we go ahead and click this to go to end our action phase. It'll take us to the shadow phase, and it will do all of the monster movement and attacking.
Of course he wants to hit me.
So we got to take one or both of the ruffians, ain't it?
Just one.
It's the group.
Oh.
So we move the group and we attack. A man unsheathes a huge sword and attacks. Your might negates it. So right now she has to take 2 damage and 2 fear, but she gets to do a might test, and any successes she has, she can negate either the damage or fear, or depending on what she gets. So let's flip and see what you get.
Before you suffer damage or fear, you may spend one. Of course, I don't have any inspiration.
Her cloak would have let her
fail in a 1.
So you get to negate one of them. And you can take more fear, so you want to negate the damage.
Right.
Alright, so we'll pop back out here real quick to flip over her stuff to show you what that looks like. Bow. And we have these decks here. And this is as we said earlier, this is damage. This is fear, and these are misfortunes. Weaknesses. Weaknesses are just like a miss that go in your deck. You start off with 1, and then depending on stuff that happens, you can get more put into your deck to make your deck worse. Pushing all your stuff out there. I guess I could push mine out there.
So I'm going to take...
Of course, the map's going to grow and push the stuff back, but...
I'm going to take 1 damage here, and I flip it, and I read what the card says. Exhaustion. Keep this card face up. When you scout during the rally phase, you cannot place cards back on top of your deck. That kind of sucks, but
And then these cards that you keep, whether they're face up or face down, that's how you keep track of how many damage or fear you have. And
then I get 2 fear.
Yep.
So this one is troubled. Keep this face up. After you or a nearby hero suffers 1 or more fear from darkness, that hero suffers 1 additional.
Well, that's not too bad since we're pretty far away from darkness right now.
And then the second one, if you are in a space with darkness, suffer 1 fear, then flip this card face down.
Okay, so we don't have any darkness right now, so you flip it face down.
Okay.
But you do have 2 fear and 1 damage. Alright, so now we'll go back to the app over here and confirm that. The shadow deepens, though hope yet endures. Threat increased by 5. Okay, so we still have a couple turns here to try to defeat the ruffians before the darkness kicks in. Alright, so we get to scout 2 again.
I don't.
You can scout, you just can't put 1 on top of your deck.
I get to scout 3 because I'm in the same
Yeah.
area as you.
And it's me and nearby, so even if you were adjacent, you would get 1. Now you can have up to 4 cards prepped below your player board, and just remember, I always forget about those little things we have to.
Oh, dang it.
What?
This is when an enemy moves into your space. I should have used it.
Oh, you could have applied 4 hits and stun.
Yeah.
Oh well, you live and you learn. So I am going to put this one down. It is when you test agility, you may discard this to add 1 success. And then I got another success I'm going to throw on top and put this other one on bottom.
Do we shuffle?
No. Oh wait, we're supposed to, weren't we?
Yes.
Crud. Oh well. I'm still keeping those.
You are?
I guess I'll put it back. Yeah, you're supposed to, at the end of the day, you're supposed to shuffle all your cards. That
As
way.
it says as they reset their deck.
Yeah, I guess it does say each hero resets their deck.
Okay.
Alright, so now I'm going to draw 3. Oh, great. That's actually really good.
Oh, good. I got the same one.
So I'm going to put these 2
dang
on top. I
it.
have 2 successes that I'm going to throw on top. And then my other one is when you test, if you do not reveal any successes, you may discard this skill to convert all of your inspirations to successes. That's not too bad. If it hits right. What'd you get?
Immortality. Rest 2. Discard at the end of your turn to discard 2 face down. Hits or fear. Strike 2 when you attack. Discard 2. Add 2 hits. When do I get rid of this exhaustion?
Never. If you heal it. Now my banner does say after you or a nearby hero rests or guards, that hero gains 1 inspiration. So if you do use that rest to get rid of 2 of these, you also get an inspiration for it. Alright, so we're done with the scout. Now we move on to our action phase again, which we're going to pop back out here. I like this one because my face isn't on the video for most of the time. Excuse me. Alright, so how do you want to do this?
Well, you want me to go first so I can...
At the start of your turn, a hero in your space who has 0 inspiration gains 1.
Yeah.
That could be you.
Right.
So I'll go ahead and go first because I have 3 of them.
Okay.
And that way you can see what happens. And I don't know if we should fight these guys, though, or if we should just run. Let's fight them. We're here. Let's do it. Alright, so as you can see here, we got 2 bad guys. This does have some pretty good minis I'd like to paint, but I saw AJ started painting his. I have so much stuff to paint.
We're still painting Mice and Mystics.
I've only painted 1 of those. So I'm going to go back to here. And I am going to go ahead and fight these guys. So I'm going to click on them. I'm going to swing on them. So, when you fight, you look at your weapon, and whatever trait is in the top left-hand corner, that's what trait you use to attack with. Mine is Might. I have 3 Might, so I get to flip over 3. And mine is if I get 1 success, it's 2 hits, and 2 successes is 5 hits. Now, anything over that you can add back in, so I can hit them for 5 and 2, or, hit them extra like that. But so I'm going to flip over 3. Oh, and I got 3 successes. So I don't have anything that anything that's going to boost that. But I do have 3 successes, which is going to be 7 hits total. So hit 7. I kill one of them, and the other one has 3 damage. And I don't know. I think I'm going to fight again.
Good idea.
I mean, I used 3 out of my 4 successes here.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 4 successes in your deck to start with.
What you got down there?
But this thing down here, if I don't get any successes, lets me turn any of my inspiration symbols into success. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Oh wait, I forget, they get to attack back. So the first time you attack them, they get to attack back. After you do that, they go gray, and then they can't attack back. So Ruffian brandishes a jagged knife. The blade, although rusted in places, looks very sharp. Well, that's good. I like to get stabbed by rusty blades.
Tetanus.
Spirit negates. I get to draw 2 spirit. I'm going to go ahead and use 2 inspiration because I didn't get any successes, but I did get some inspirations. So I'm going to use both inspiration and negate both of those. So that's done. Now I'm going to attack him again, and this time he can't attack me back. So I'm going to swing on him, and I get 3 again. Ah, dang it.
Okay, but we're still back.
Yeah, I could hit him. I could kill him. So I'm going to use my last inspiration. Oh, I was supposed to gain an inspiration from killing my guy.
If it told you to.
Did it tell me to? I wasn't paying attention. Alright, either way. Either way, I killed this one. So I overkilled him there. Remove 1 ruffian. You or a nearby hero gain 1 inspiration. I'm going to take that because you're going to get 1 on yours. Sudden movement draws your eye. Oh yeah, I forgot. That was what we were supposed to do. To your surprise, a goblin breaks cover and sprints away, disappearing into a wall of brambles. You follow with haste and find, beyond the thicket, a wide valley dotted with a few ruins, but no sign of the creature. Lore increased by 1. And we pop up 301A. This map really grows as you get going. So here's 301A. And it goes all the way out here, like so. Right? Nope. This goes this way. And 209B. Just so we happen to have that right here. Continue. And a couple search tokens on those. Exploration token, that's what I said. I think you heard me wrong.
I did.
Alright, what has drawn such a creature here, far beyond the reach of any orc stronghold? Its armor bore resemblance to that of Mount Graham. Far to the north does that mountain stand. A dark alliance has been formed, indeed, for such a creature to be summoned here. You must find tracks leading to the enemy's lair to continue. Searching the surrounding area will yield the clues and the tracks you need. So now we need to find 3 tracks. Find the clues to the hidden lair. We need 3 tracks. Alright, so it's back to your turn. And are you going to go out that way, or are you going to come back towards here?
I want to
Let's see what that eye is. So she's going to go ahead and do this. Again. Oh, you're trying to open that chest, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Search it, and it is a wit test again.
Oh, I get my 1 inspiration.
I got it over here.
My harp gives me an inspiration as long as I have 0. Me or another player. And again, I'm going to use it.
Use it right away for 2. So we got 2 more. See how it works. The chest opens with a click. Within, you find a selection of treasures and goods, most marked with a white hand. Lore increases by 1. Scout 2, then discard this search token. Excuse me. Remember, you still have that exhaustion, so you can't put it on top. Well, you didn't get anything good. She got her. Let's pop it out here real quick. Go down here. She got her, drew her weakness, which, as you can see, just has some art on it, and it says misfortune and then weakness, and all it is just in there for a miss. The good news about this is she can use the other card she drew,
which I can,
to prepare, and then put that weakness on the bottom. So now that we know the weakness is on the bottom, we don't have to worry about it again for at least, well, till next turn, which it's almost next turn.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm going to continue here. Now you're going to go into this next area and scout it out?
Yep.
Oh yeah, we got to discard the search token. All right, so she is going to pop in here, which explores this area. A wide path and crumbling ruin mark an abandoned post of trade. Discard the exploration token, gain 1 inspiration. They always say that, but you can just flip it over and take it. Did I already say that?
Yes.
I say a lot of things over. I don't remember. I'm getting old. A young hobbit sits on the ground, her eyes closed in concentration. Place a person token as indicated.
Maybe I'll talk to her this time.
Oh yeah, the people are down here. Filthy hobbit. I'll probably do that 100 times before this is over.
My journey continues.
Actually, nope, that's it, ain't it? Or do you want to take another step? You only took 1 step.
Nope. I'm good.
You don't want to go over there by the hobbit? You can talk to her next time and they'll move.
Nope.
Alright, she don't like hobbits that much. So we'll go down here and we will end our action phase again. Good news is there's no baddies to attack us this time. I say baddies because I love chip theory games. The shadow deepens, though hope yet endures. Threat increases by 6. So it's almost up to that. Now the rally phase, which that is where you shuffle your deck. And we'll scout 3. Excuse me.
Wish I could read these cards.
Just pick them up. Ooh. So I'm going to take this one because I have 2 successes that I'm going to put on the top of my deck. And it says, Gift of Men. During your turn, you may discard this skill to discard 1 fear. Ooh.
I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to take my Undying Might. When I test Might, I may discard this skill to add 1 success.
Test your might. Alright, so we go back to the action phase. So I'm going to pop it back out of here just to get some more pictures. Oh man, we are... well, our map goes out.
Here we go.
Or as Rodney Smith would say, out. So I'll try to move it down here a little bit depending on what happens next. That 1 light up there I'm going to have to do something about. Anyway, so here we are. Do you want to go first? I went first the last 2 times.
Sure. So...
Go ahead and set these over here for now. If we need them, we can get them. We have these flags over here at the side too. That's to tell the different kinds of enemies once you start getting more than 1 group. Plus there are some that are like elite and crazy.
I think I'm going to go up here, which triggers that.
You're going to leave that poor little hobbit alone?
I only moved 1.
Poor lady. So, oops, I flipped the wrong one. Let's go back to here. And then we'll hit this exploration. A gentle hill rises above you, sloping up to a single high perch built in an old oak. A bandit gang might make use of such a lookout perch, but so might anyone hunting bandits. Discard the exploration token and gain 1 inspiration.
That's the one that
And continue.
Legolas kept falling off.
So we need to throw a search token out, or yeah, search token out here. High in a tree, you see a shoddy platform crafted from old lumber. The vantage point might make it easier to spot signs of the thieves. Place the token as indicated. Continue. then a search token back here. Looking down into the muddy ridge, you notice what may be tracks on the shore. The way down, however, is steep, slippery, and bears no clear path. And then another, man, there's tokens all over this. A ring of toadstools has popped through the earth here. That sounds like something you'd look at.
Yeah, I like fairy rings.
And you are in that area, so
let's search
she's
it.
in here right now. So she's going to go ahead and search. Wait, did you move?
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't done anything else.
No, I
you
just
did the
moved one.
exploration.
Yep.
So she's going to search for her second action. Examining the ground, you realize the fungus has grown in an unnaturally perfect ring. The cause might lie under the center of the circle. If you dig for it, test your might.
All right.
You only have 2.
No, I've got a thing.
Oh yeah, you have. When you test your might, you can add a success. Well, you have 1. Are you going to add another one?
Yep. 2.
So hit 2. Confirm. You quickly delve into the soil, unearthing several ancient metal tools and an ornate war helmet. Discard the search token. You have gained the helmet. You or a nearby hero may equip it immediately. I'm not nearby, so we need to go into here and find the helmet.
Are you sure it's not in here?
It says it's got the little symbol for that one. So torch,
hope it's a bucket.
Handkerchief, give me that pipe. It's probably up here in the front. Buttermilk biscuits. No, I was probably almost right to it.
I think you went past it. Pretty sure you went past it.
Helmet. I was like almost there.
Okay. If you would suffer any amount of damage, you may deplete this item and suffer that damage face down instead.
Okay. Wow, so you can deplete it and take one of these and flip it over instead of that. Alright, so you got that equipped. You didn't have anything on your head, did you? Alright, so that's yours. Are you going to use your second movement? Why are you going over there? You're not going to mess with her. Are you going to mess with her? So she popped back over here, where the filthy hobbits is.
Then, fine. I'll go over here.
Well, I was going to go over there if you were going to mess with her.
To the filthy hobbits.
Well, you can't do anything. I can search that. You go over with the hobbit. So, all right. So she popped back over here where the hobbit is, and I'm going to hop up here. So my 2 movements going to go 1, 2, and I'm going to check these tracks. So back to the app, and we're going to go down here. And looking down a muddy ridge, you notice what may be tracks on the shore. The way down, however, is steep, slippery, and bears no clear path. Search. You descend carefully, struggling to maintain your footing. Test agility. Ooh, I have 2 agility. Great. But I did get 2 successes with those 2 agility. So, here's my 2 successes, and we can hope that's enough. Halfway down the steep slope, the mud gives way beneath you. Keeping your footing, you slide down with care and come to a rest beside the tracks. They are heavy and wide, large for a man's. Strange though it may be, it appears a large number of orcs have traveled through this way. Discard the search token. So I'm going to get rid of that. You cast your gaze deeper into the wild. Well, that means more maps coming. Perhaps the remaining thieves and their allies from the Mount Graham are hiding in those hills. So we need 304A as indicated. So this is going to pop here. That fits pretty good. Continue. And 101A. That's all the way on the bottom. And that goes right here. Oh, 308B. As you can see, these maps get pretty big pretty quick. And there goes all my stuff I had up here. I have to move down out of the way. And that comes wait, 308B. Oh, that's why. So that goes right here. I have to move this deck. continue. And exploration tokens on all of those. You compare the information you have discovered with that you have already know of the region. Seeing no obvious signs of the lair, you begin to surmise where the lair may be and continue your hunt. Lore increased by 1, tracks needed by 2. So we have one of our tracks. We only have 2 left. Unfortunately, our turns are over here. So we will go to in the action phase. Confirm. Shadow phase. The shadow deepens, though hope yet endures. Threat increased by 8, which this is going to put us over the mark, which means bad guys coming out. From a nearby tree line, you hear the warble of an unfamiliar bird. Then, without further warning, arrows whistle through the air around you. Each hero tests agility for 2. Each hero who fails suffers 2 face-down damage. So, you need to test agility. Mine is 2. I doubt that I'm going to get 2. Oh, nope. So, I failed. Did you pass?
Mm-hmm.
So you passed. I suffer 2 face-down damage. Which, that's not too bad. I haven't taken any yet. And then we continue on, where they're going to throw some bad guys. 1 hungry warg, please.
Samaria.
Hungry warg. And that's it. Oh, that's not bad. So we reset our deck and scout 2. Pop back out here while we're doing all this. I'm going to continue. It goes to the action phase. So we'll pop back out here. You can see the map has gotten a lot bigger. That one light is really glary. So now we get to scout. You're not adjacent anymore, so you only get 2. Or I guess nearby. It calls adjacent nearby here, but it works the same as adjacent. If they're in your space or any adjacent space, you get to do it. So I'm going to take this. This is my 4th one, so I need to start using these. When you test Spirit, you may discard this to add 1, and I got 2 successes that I'm going to throw on the top of my deck. It's nice to have those there. Oh, wait a minute. Before you suffer face-down damage, prevent 1 of that. This is gone. Put that back over there. My travel garb. I said travel. Travel garb.
Triple.
Alright, so this is what our map looks like now. We have this area all over here to explore. We still have a search token up here that we could go after. And she's probably just going to leave that poor hobbit alone, aren't you? Run off. So we'll go back to the... Where do you want to go? Do you want me to go first? Do you want to go first? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I'm going to talk to the filthy hobbit.
Alright, so she's right here, as you can see. She's going to talk to this hobbit, and we're going to see that. And then we'll probably do all the next stuff in the app. So I'm going to take this guy and probably hop here and here, depending on what pops in this one, and explore both of these.
After I talk to her.
Okay. I'm just saying that's where I'm going to go because I need to head down into this area.
Okay.
So we'll go back to the app here. Hey, Ryan, thanks for stopping out. Oh, I went to the wrong one. There we go. Remember... I was clicking on the wrong one. Remember to, when you stop in, to say hi at least, and you'll be put in for your chance to win mechanisms. A posh game. Alright, so you're going to talk to this hobbit first.
Mm-hmm.
A young hobbit sits on the ground, her eyes closed in concentration. So we're interacting with her. You approach the hobbit and she gives you an entreating smile. Are you good with riddles? I've got a really tricky one. Sound like fun? So you're going to test your wit. You have 3 wit. You're going to use that inspiration. So she got 1 pass, 1 inspiration, and 1 fail. Or nothing, no pass. She's going to use the inspiration that she has to do 2. And confirm. She tells you the riddle, and after careful consideration, you venture a guess. She claps her hands in delight. That's it! Well done, you! That riddle has been told in my family for generations. Lore increased by 1, then discard this person token.
I'm so glad I did that.
So, well, he got us a lore. How's it going, guys? It's neat. Just all kinds of different people. Anyway, so now where would you like to move? I'm going to put this out here. She moved from here 1, 2 to here, and flipped this token over to explore. Leaves rustle and someone ducks into a dense thicket. You are on the trail of the bandits. Discard the exploration token and gain 1 inspiration. The thicket sits quiet and still, its shifting shadows possibly concealing tracks within. Place a search token as indicated. Your journey continues. Alright, so
And I'm going to rest.
at the end of your turn,
Mm-hmm.
and that gives you also 1 inspiration from my banner. And then you get to discard 2 of your damages.
It says face down.
You only have 1 face down. Still, you got rid of 1 of them, and that goes on the bottom of the deck. All right, so I'll move on to my turn. I am sitting right here right now. I could pop over here and see what this is, or I can go this way. I think I should go this way to at least explore that, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go here, and that is going to automatically explore this area. The forest is thick with trees, and a single hut hides among them. Discard the exploration token and gain 1 inspiration. Continue. Oily smoke rises over a ridge. It is a worrying sign of trouble, but poses no immediate threat. Place a search token. And that goes right...
Where you are.
Oh, right where I'm at. Continue. Your journey continues. Alright, so since that was only 1 movement... What?
Since it was only 1 movement.
Yeah. Since it was only 1 movement, I'm going to go ahead and search this. A large pile of clothes and other basic essentials lies smoldering in a clearing. It appears some raiders stole these items not for their value, but solely out of spite. Test 2 spirit. Ooh, I only have 2 spirit. But do I have anything about spirit? When you test spirit, you may discard this to add 1. So I do have 1. No, it doesn't matter. I got 2. So I passed. You are reminded again of the cruel and barbaric creatures that are your foes. You stride from the area, because I'm striding. From the area ready for a fight. Become determined or emboldened. Then discard this search token. Alright, so we're going to discard the search token.
Which one do you want? Emboldened or determined?
What is emboldened? At the end of... So if you become emboldened, at the end of your turn, if there are no nearby enemies, discard this boon. If you suffer a wound or a fear, discard this boon. When you attack, add 2 hits.
And determined is when you test, you may discard the spoon to discard any number of cards from the test and reveal the many additional cards.
I'll take that, because there's no bad guys out here right now anywhere near us. Although emboldened does kind of look like Arya. Don't say anything. So I am determined. And I'm going to use the rest of my movement and pop myself down here. Because we pretty much cleared that area out. And that is our action phase. So we will end that and go to the shadow phase. Ooh, move 3 and attack Elena. They really like coming after you. So, he's going to move in and attack Elena. Oh, it's only 1 and 1. A monstrous wolf lunges at you with a flurry of teeth and claws. You get to test your agility to negate it. 1. So, or you can spend it. So you're going to spend an inspiration and negate both of them. The shadow deepens, though hope yet endures. Threat increases by 6. Right at 25. An elderly crow, perched in the shadow of a dying elm, watches you with malicious intelligence. Its incessant cries grow louder and shriller until it erupts into flight and streaks over your head, followed by the cries of more dangerous foes. Place 2 ruffians. Back there where I was. And they have their banner. Rally phase. Well, that's not too bad. Reset your deck and scout 2. Now, see, the good thing about this... Oh, man. I didn't use any of my stuff. I'm maxed out on my prepped things. But the good news is when you do prep all this stuff, you know, I'm taking all of these misses out of my deck pretty much. You do get to do 3. So I did 3. I'm going to take this one. When you test wisdom, you may discard this and add an extra one. I'm going to get rid of this one and put this one here instead. And I'm going to put these 2 hits back on top. So I know I have 2 successes on the top again, so we'll go over here to continue. We go to our action phase. Let's pop back out here. Hey, here we are. We're still here. This is a fun game, but you do spend a lot of time in the app. We didn't have the computer out the first time we played. We did it on our tablet, and I think it works really good. It's fun getting it all randomized. So, what do you want to do? What? Did you forget again?
Yes.
Oh, the enemy moving into your area.
I'm going to attack.
Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I will go first. I'm going to just stab him.
So, you're going to go first and stab right here. So go ahead and do it. What are you stabbing with?
I stab with my dagger.
With your wit.
With my wit.
You fight with your wit. Your wit. So you get 2 hits, which is our 2 successes, which is 3 hits and pierce. So I'm going to pop back to the app, and you attack these guys here. Ooh, he's 8. So you do have pierce, which goes through their shield, and then you hit for 3. And remember, you're going to get hit back. The beast swipes at your face with paws as big as wagon wheels and tipped with dark claws.
Okay.
Your agility negates, and you need to negate. Because if all 3 of these hit, then you have to make a last stand.
Well, that would be fun.
No, it wouldn't. Not when I'm the only one here.
Okay, so...
Hey, DJ, thanks for stopping.
Agility.
Remember to say hi so you're entered into that chance to win mechanisms.
And I can discard this to add 1 success, which is what I'm going to have to do. So 3 hit, or 2 hit.
Oh, you discarded a card out of there?
Yep.
Nothing else?
Nope.
You could have used that one sometime to get us both inspiration.
I just got it.
So confirm, but you are at... So you got 2? Let's see how this goes. Keep this card faced up. Before you interact with a threat token, you must spend 1 inspiration.
I'm going to delete that too.
To do what?
So if I just take face down instead.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that doesn't hurt. You might want to save that for this, though. Your
It
second
says
one...
any amount.
Okay, your second one is flip 1 face up and then flip this card face down. So you're going to flip that face down instead?
Yeah.
Okay, so your helm's gone. Yeah, I haven't played Mansions of Madness yet, so this is our first. I haven't played Imperial Assault either, so. But I really do like Lord of the Rings, and I like this game a lot so far. Although we still haven't succeeded. Okay, so
I still have my.
you still have movement or fight. Remember, he can't fight you back if you fight him
Right.
again.
I'm going to.
So click this guy. You still have that pierce. No, only pierce if you hit twice. And you don't have enough agility to hit twice, do you? Nope. Alright, so you only got one hit, no pierce. Which does nothing. Because of this thing. Alright. So, do you want me to try to kill that thing, or do you want to run from it?
Why don't you try to kill it?
I want to run from it so bad.
I want you to kill it. It's just gonna follow me. They're just gonna come down and kill me anyways.
That's why you should have moved. Gimli. You want me to hang around with you and get killed too?
Mm-hmm.
If I move there, I can't do anything else then. Because I hit.
Do what you want to do.
Okay, I'm going over here.
You tell me how to play.
So I'm going down here and explore this. Peering through the brambles, you find a boggy lowland. A rustle of movement draws your attention to the bulrushes. Discard the exploration token and gain 1 inspiration. So see, I need this inspiration for me to fight those guys next turn anyway. Continue. A patch of bulrushes may hide tracks amid their stalks. Place a search token as indicated. So see, now I can search them. Journey continues. Should I search the bulrushes? Yeah, I'll stay there. That way I'm not too far away from you. So, your first steps are... Oh, wait, I can still move after that. Duh. Your first steps are arduous and leave your feet caked thick with mud. Test strength. Alright, I have 3 strength, and I do have nothing else that helps. Oh, crap, I could have scouted too. So, I'm going to test my strength. Oh, 2 successes.
What? You got 3.
Oh. 2 successes. The bog pulls you slowly down and you're forced back, unable to fully explore the area. As you scrape the clumps of mud from your feet, you consider which area of the bog to explore next and how long it may take you. So, I'm just going to stay here and move on. This isn't going to be fun for you. Move to and attack Elena, our closest hero. Now wait, use your thing.
Okay.
So, she has a card that says,
When an enemy moves into your space, you may discard the skill to apply 4 hits and stun that enemy. And after you test, discard and become hidden. I don't know the text.
no. Oh, you can hide.
Oh.
You could have used it to hide
Or I can
last
just...
turn.
Okay.
But you get 3 damage and 2 and strength negates. This doesn't look good for old Elena.
So I'm gonna make my last stand.
So confirm. Continue. We gotta go through this first. Rally phase. So we'll shuffle and scout too. I'll do that.
You gotta apply their damage.
I can't until we continue this. So we just have to remember to shuffle and scout to rally. So these guys, they took what, 4 damage?
And stun.
some of the stuff like that, like the timing doesn't work out real well because they're supposed to do that when they move in, but they attack right away and it doesn't let you do anything. But, oh well. We'll just do it that way. So, now we need to come down here. Now, when you take either your max fear or your max damage, you click on this little area down here. That brings up your party. You see we have a lore of 4 so far. And we'll just go through this real quick since we're here. If you go to the Chronicle, it will go back through every round and show you everything you did, which is kind of neat. And then it shows your items here. Group items, helmet, which is depleted. I don't know. Make that go away. I think you might get to keep that. It just depletes for now. But we'll click on Elena, and it says perform the last stand with Elena. So we have to confirm that. And is this from damage or fear?
Well,
It was damage, wasn't it?
yes.
Damage. Don't discard any of that other stuff because you'll keep that fear.
I will.
Even if you pass this.
Ugh.
You muster your last ounce of strength. Test strength. I'm gonna shuffle and do my scout while you do this.
I have to shuffle after.
You're not close to me, so if you do get through this, you only get to scout 2.
I'm not. I'm right beside you.
No.
Oh.
Those are in between.
1.
Oh, you got it. So, she tested her strength and she got 1 success, so she passes. Discard all face down, so you still keep that face up damage too. Gain 1 inspiration and continue the adventure.
I don't know why I put them on top.
So you have what, 1 fear and 1, or you still have, you have 2 fear? 2
Yes.
fear and 1 damage still. But she made it through, and this shows that she is on her 2nd life. Alright, gonna pop back out here for a second while we decide what we're gonna do. Man, that glare's really making me mad.
You had it all under control.
I know, I've been messing with this. Hi Patrick, hi Zach. Remember to, when you stop in, say something. You have to have a comment in to get into the chance to win Mechanisms, the greatest game ever made.
Greatest game. That didn't do anything.
It didn't do anything? Oh well.
No, I wonder if you just turned it
Yeah,
on.
it's those. I'm not going to turn it off now though. I'll have to adjust everything. Okay, so where are we at? Okay, what do you want to do?
I'm getting the heck out of there.
You're going to move twice then? You can move twice and get down there and explore. And then I'll search this.
What's that thing beside me, though?
We can go look. So we'll pop back here. And you can click on it and it says, a thicket sits quiet and still, its shifting shadows possibly concealing tracks within. Do you want to search it and run?
Yeah.
Alright. Peering into the dark depths of the thicket, you find your eyes locked with another's, an orc's eyes. Dark pits of contempt and hatred gaze out at you. You have found an ally of the thieves. Test your wisdom. Oh, that's alright, Patrick. Said he tried to comment and accidentally left.
Oh, I would leave too.
That's not funny. Alright, so she has 1 success and 3 inspiration that she can use, but she only has 1. So that is 2 successes. Is that it?
Yep. For wisdom.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, you got something good. You step into the thicket, and the orc inside stumbles back, caught in the tangle of the branches. With a flash of steel, it lashes out, then breaks away, leaving a hint as to the direction of the lair. It has dropped its knife, however, and you pick it up for inspection. The dark, brittle metal is the cheap craft of Mount Graham. Why and how are these creatures so far from their vile and distant home? Lore increases by 1, suffer 2 face-down damage, then discard this search token. It doesn't say he hits you. That's crap. So you're back up to 3 damage.
Mm-hmm.
You can heal though, can't you?
Mm-mm. I don't have a healing song right now.
Oh no, that's not good.
So I'm running.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's click this. With the clues gathered and the enemies you have faced, you begin to fear that this is no lair of exiles and lowlifes. What you are closing in on is a stronghold of the enemy, fledgling though it may be. Your fears unfortunately have proved true. A darker purpose and master is being served here. Lore increases by 1, and we only need 1 more track.
Well, we're doing better than we did the other day.
Well, that's because Justin's not here, just fighting off in the corner.
Justin was just playing character.
He was really RPGing his Gimli. Hey, AJ's back. Alright, so I am going to search. Right now, I am right here at this spot before I do anything, so I'm going to go ahead and try this. A patch of bulrushes may hide tracks amid their stalks. Oh, this is the freaking bog, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
The bog of eternal stench.
You need to get your strength up there.
So, I have 3 strength, and nothing else, but I can do this determined. You may discard this boon to discard any number of cards from the test and reveal that many additional cards. So right now I get 3. I know I have 2 successes from my scout. And the third is a success. Now, come on, 3 successes.
Stack that.
No, but 3 successes should be enough to do something. Pushing aside the tall reeds, you locate deep tracks in the mud. Items of armor and a large shield have been cast off, discarded by desperate travelers as they sank into the bog. Their escape left a clear path, however, and you note the direction. That, however, was wrong. Should have been, their escape left a clear path, however, and you note the direction. Gain 1 inspiration and discard the search token. Having eliminated all other possible hiding places, you are confident that you have deduced the location of the hidden lair. Discard the exploration token. Oh, there is another search token though. Something flashes gold in a jumble of scree. Place a search token as indicated. At last, you have located the hidden lair of your enemy. Nestled in an old ruin, faint silhouettes of orc sentries dot its high ruined towers, and you see more movement within. Aware of your nearness, they scramble to ready a defense. For you, all that remains is to devise a way in without their notice. Before these defenses are prepared, lore increased by 1, place a search token as indicated. Final objective, infiltrate the lair. With the knowledge of your destination, you observe outposts and patrols that until now were hidden from your notice. Place 2 orc marauders on the indicated space. Oh gosh.
Can't fit in the
That's, it's the orcs. They have their own banner. An old stone signal tower, long past its prime, rises at the edge of the crumbled wall. Places search tokens. They put enough stuff in this game that you can't really get it all. We still have 1 over here we didn't mess with. I'm gonna run back over there and see what that is. I'm just kidding. Alright, so now I still have my movement. At least one of us has to get away. Which one is this? Is this the lair? Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to go towards the lair. And I'm going to use my movement to go into this spot. Hold the line.
Hodor.
Hold the retreat. Or protect the retreat.
I am the Unsullied.
Alright, in the action phase, confirm. Shadow phase. This is not going to be nice for you again. Move 3 and attack Elena. It doesn't even matter that you're closest.
Why?
So, it's these freaking wolves, man. You made them mad. So they're going to attack you. It's only 1 and 1 again. And your spirit negates it. So you have 4 chances here to negate these 2.
Yes, we do.
We got damage. How about you? Oh my gosh. So 1. So you're going to take the fear?
Yes.
So we'll take the fear, which is discard one prepared card or suffer one fear. Then flip this face down. So she's going to discard a card, take that one fear, which gives you how many fear?
3.
Alright, so you still have 3 fear that you could take. Except for now these guys. Hey, this guy's going to move 1 and attack Eric. Oh, they're only moving 1. They can't make it to you. So they have no target.
But they won't attack me again. Right? Well, they're just moving 1 anyways.
So they moved 1, but howling a fierce war cry, the orc marches towards you. Move 2 spaces toward the closest hero. So they're not going to attack you now, but they're going to move 2 spaces. So they're over here with me now. The shadow deepens, though hope yet endures. Threat increased by 4. But we're keeping our thing up in front of our threat. Now the only bad thing is... You want to go back to here?
Yeah.
Well, let me hit this. We're going to go ahead and do our scout.
You're not giving the game justice.
I know, it's hard on here to show everything, but here's our map again. You can see over here now. I guess you couldn't really see it in the last one. Oh, wait a minute. Those guys moved 1, and then these moved 2. So they're here.
Why'd you move yourself?
I don't know.
These
I'm
guys just moved
confused.
1.
Yeah, they just moved 1.
They couldn't attack because they were
Yeah.
grayed out. That's why.
Okay, so you're in a lot of trouble there. So right here's little Elena in the midst of all this hoo-ha going on. And I'm over here, so I think I should go first. No, I'm going to go first and try to get this, because if we get this, we win and we're out.
I thought it was this.
No, it's this one. I checked to make sure.
Okay.
That one was a gold something glinting in the something or other. So we can go back here real quick and show you. This one is the enemy's lair. This one is something flashes gold in a jumble of scree. And this one is an old stone signal tower. Now the reason I said I should go first, go back here to the board, is even if she wants to try to run from out of here, if these guys aren't stunned or exhausted, then you, what's it called? You provoke them. So she would provoke them before she leaves, and they would have a chance to maybe hit her. So that's why I think I should try to go first and just try to end it before something bad happens over there. So I get 3. You do get 3. I'm going to put this one on top because it's a success. I'm thinking about putting this one on top because I have the inspiration for it. I'm going to put that one on top too because I have the inspiration for it. Ooh. And I am going to get rid of this one and put that one on. This is my discard. Because that one is before you test, you may discard the skill to test knowledge instead, or wisdom instead, and my wisdom is 4, So, you ready to try this one? We're going to go back to the app, and I'm going to search this that I'm in and hope to end our little game here with a success. The enemy's lair is hidden within an old ruin. All that remains is to devise a way in without their notice. Alright, careful to avoid discovery, you scout the area around the old fort. Test wit. Now, should I test wit and save that wisdom thing, or should I just go ahead and test wisdom? My wisdom gives me 4. My wit gives me 3.
I think you should do this.
Okay, I'm going to do that.
And then you can add that too.
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to turn in this card, which before I test, you can discard wisdom instead. And then I get 4, which is 4 successes because I have 1 success and 3 inspiration tokens. And then I'm just going to go ahead and add this in anyway to give me 5, just because I want to make sure this does it. Slipping past the last patrol, you find a way into the structure without raising an alarm. The heroes win. You have caught the bandits by surprise and will face the bandit leader on even footing in the next adventure. Lore increased by 2. Each hero receives 4 experience. And there we go. We did it. So then, as you can see here, it goes out here. You go to chapter 2, and you can continue. And it tells you about the Thieves' Lair. You have slipped beyond the ruined walls of the old fort. You have an opportunity to break their foothold, but their number is too great to completely overcome. You'll need to locate and defeat their leader. Sound familiar? The next adventure will be a battle map. So we will save and quit here. And that takes us out of that. So that is the first map. And when you play it, you'll have the same objectives to start out with, but the map's going to come out in different order. These search tokens and stuff, all these little events are going to be randomized in different order, so you might hit these ones over here, you might hit earlier and open up different side quests and stuff later. So it's a pretty cool game. I like it. I like the card style and how early on you start out, and there's my 3 successes. Early on, you don't start off, you only start with 4 successes, but as you prepare cards, you kind of get some of those not successes out of your deck so that you can get to your successes more often. And yeah, I think it's fun. There's all these cards over here that these are all like items, and there's weapons here. So you got a ton of weapons, you got a ton of armor. These are just different items you can pick up. I don't know what this stuff is. Oh, these are the ways to make yourself hidden, determined, emboldened, whatever. But and then there's another stack of cards that I didn't even get out because we haven't used it. There's a stack of cards this big that are just upgrades for your deck. And it has upgrades for each role and upgrades for each person. And I think there's even like basic upgrade stuff. So as you play along, your deck's going to get, better and better.
And even though we spend a lot of time with the app up on the screen, there is so much to do with the board, and the app is really just an accessory. It makes it a lot easier than having to keep a log manually.
Yeah, see, we played a lot of Gloomhaven. We've actually beat the main storyline of Gloomhaven with our sons. We have a group. We did play every week, but since we've beaten it, we haven't really... We were going to go back and do some side quests, but if you see the post I posted earlier today, they are starting to ship the expansion. I can't wait for that. But I'm going to go back here just for a second to the app. I want to see if I can look. I might not be able to do it now until we go in. Yeah, you can't do it until you go in. But the thing I showed you earlier that keeps your kind of log of everything you do, you can ask Heather. While we were playing Gloomhaven, I wanted to kind of keep our story of our trip through Gloomhaven, how we did it. So I started writing down every scenario that we played, what scenarios that unlocked, and then just did that all the way through just in a notebook. And I started writing out like the stories that you would get from the pages in the book as you read those scenarios. I started writing those out too, but it's so much work to try to do that, and we have so many other things to do. But it would be nice to have that story like that. Mm-hmm. And this app has that in it, so you can go back and look and say, hey, we went here and we fought this guy, and you can go back and see it. And I think that's really cool.
Or say, since, tomorrow they're going to... I normally would play, but I have another obligation. But we're going to play this again with our normal Tuesday night group. And so I'm playing Elena in both groups, but I have this card. We could tell what items that we have and stuff. And it's just like taking all the pen and paper aspect out of it, so you can focus more on...
And you never have to worry about like enemy movement and like stuff like that, because it just says move to towards the closest hero, and so you move to, and then can you attack? Yeah, you can attack. So that's kind of neat too. But I still do love Gloomhaven and all that stuff. It's just,
I mean, it's not going to
it's a
take
little bit more work.
the place of D&D in my heart, but it's still, it's got the nostalgia of Lord of the Rings, and the gameplay is really simple too, so you can teach it to people that aren't, normal pen and paper RPG players. A like a what do I want to say?
I don't know. I was just looking and seeing that I forgot to record it again, so I'm gonna have to download it from.
But
Facebook.
a casual gamer could sit down and play this. They don't have to be hardcore. And,
Yeah,
anybody that's watched the movies or read the books, they're gonna want to sit down and play this.
Yeah, once you kind of figure out, that you got these stats here and you're gonna use those, and it pretty much it tells you every time. Like, I mean, you can see my sword here. My sword has the strength thing up there, so every time you're going to test something, what you're going to test. You can look right here and see what it is. Everything's pretty easy. I like it a lot.
The components are really nice. The map pieces are nice and thick. They're all linen finished. The double-sided. The cards are linen finished. The art is amazing, and I'm a stickler for art. If something doesn't have good art on it, I'm kind of a snob about that. So,
but yeah, it's fun. I'm glad I bought it. Mm-hmm. And that's about it for tonight. I'm gonna. Are you taking my cards?
I did. Sorry.
I'm gonna try to get a stream in with Link. He's been wanting to stream so bad lately, and I kind of made a boo boo. Wait, where's that from? Oh, that's the Determined. We started streaming with Link on Sunday nights. I'm like, hey, this is gonna be good. We can come on here on Sunday nights and do a little stream every week. And then Game of Thrones started.
And don't get me started talking about last night's episode of Game of Thrones.
So we're not going to be streaming the mini Molten Meeple on Sunday nights for at least the next 3 weeks. And then after that, we'll probably start back up on Sunday nights. But for the next 3 weeks, we're going to be hitting his games in here and there whenever we can in between track meets and everything else. But we just played Megaland with him and the girls this weekend, and he really likes that. So we're going to stream that hopefully sometime this week. We're going to try to get it in. If not, maybe like a Sunday afternoon, something before Game of Thrones.
And it's good for him, too, because a lot of times he likes to tell you how to play the game, and that's good for his memory.
He likes to hold stuff up to the camera and talk about everything that happens. But so look forward to that. Next Monday, I'm not sure what we're playing yet. If we don't have anything to preview, I'll probably put up another poll with Koi, Everdell, Clank, and we'll just go through those games until we're through with that. But thanks for stopping out. Everybody that was here and commented, I'm going to, as soon as I'm done with this stream, I'm going to go through those, get all the names, pick a winner, and I'll let you know here in the next 15 or 20 minutes. So thanks for stopping.
Thanks.
And we'll see you next time.
See ya.
Oh, wait. I got to go all the way back out here. I've got too much stuff open.
See you later.